September is National Preparedness Month, which covers a broad range of topics, and it's Red Cross's hope to see people equipped with the right tools and knowledge to act when disaster strikes. What does that specifically mean? Communications Director Matthew Wells for the Hawaii Red Cross is here to explain. Thank you so much for joining us this morning.
Thank you.
All right, so what do people specifically need to do when they prepare for a disaster?
Well, the best thing you can do is go through the thought exercise of what would happen. And we've talked a lot in the past about having that emergency bag ready. It's good advice, we still stick with that, but we need to get specific on actionable steps. So what do I take with me? Go through that thought process of thinking, if I need to evacuate, in the case of a storm, where do I need to go? What do I need to do to stay safe? Then think in terms of, these aren't pleasant thoughts, but a fire or any other type of disaster. What is it that you need to do? Shape it very specifically around what you need to do, because what's good for you and your household isn't going to carry over and be, one size for everyone. It is going to be tailored to you. That's the best way to go about it. So what we have here are just some things that are representative of what can be in the bag and what people should consider and take with them. So, food, water containers, those are the obvious ones, sundries, first aid, medication. But there's also, and that's why I brought this little friend here, he represents the X factor, the things that are essential, but you might not think that they are. Maybe you have a child who feels safe with their favorite toy. Bring that toy. Maybe it's a pet who only feels secure if they have a thunder vest on and they don't get inappropriate zoomies around the shelter. That could be what that represents. It's really about tailoring it specifically to you and your household's needs.
I love that, and I never thought to put toys in my emergency kit, but that's absolutely helpful. Like, my son definitely has a stuffed animal that comforts him for sure. That is great advice. And I know we talked a little bit about, what we should always pack as an emergency kit, but sometimes that message can cause listener fatigue. So I like how you just said, thinking about it first is really the first step, to just be aware of it. Awesome advice. Now, what other people don't talk about as well is what to do after the disaster strikes. Tell us a little bit about that.
After a disaster strikes, the most important thing is communications. And it's not just a bias from a communications director. It really is thinking about how you're going to stay connected, both to other members of your household, family, friends, that larger network, and then, of course, to news stations and how they're going to get that information further so that they know how to stay safe. So really consider that. Living with your phone on your hip is no longer an option. It is a requirement. So make sure you've got those chargers. Make sure that you go through a plan. You need to have something set up. If I'm in danger, expect a call from me to check in with you that I'm safe. I'll do the same for you. If I can reach out to you just to check in and say, hey, are you doing all right? Is there anything you need? Just making sure that constant communication happens, that's what needs to be done afterwards. Getting to that safe place, knowing where you can get all that information. And the first step is obviously going to be your smartphone. The second step is going to be redcross.org/Hawaii.
Amazing. And you've, helped so many people in these types of emergencies. What are the common things that you see when that happens? And, some of the things that people may not realize that they need to better prepare.
The amazing part is that a disaster is a scary event, and that's for anyone across the board, all types. So what happens, and we see very commonly, is that people don't act if they're scared. So what we want to do with this and this preparedness messaging is to give you some skills and knowledge that's going to mitigate it. It's not going to get rid of all the fear, nor should it, because it's something that we need to recognize and deal with. However, if we give you that bit of information, put that much power back into your hands, you're going to be able to act with safety in mind to make sure that you and your household are safe. That's our biggest goal.
Thank you so much, Matthew. I love the insight that you gave and the tips. Super practical.
Thank you.